Boozing with gays.
You know you have to play it again. Play it again.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
It's been 2 weeks. I got to hear that song again.
Boozing
with gays. Oh, my.
What are you looking down at? What are you bothering with?
What does it matter what I'm looking down at?
Bothering with things. Just fussing.
You're the bother. What is it? What's oh bother?
That's Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Hey, I'm gonna take my glasses off tonight because I'm glaring like a mug.
Lack of alcohol.
There's no alcohol in your glass. Lord have mercy. Well, let's pour some glasses with some alcohol.
I kind of forgot what this drink is called.
This
is
called an Apple Manhattan.
I don't even think that's correct.
I don't think that's right at all. What is it?
I don't know.
It's a Jack Apple Old Fashioned.
A Jack Apple Old
Jack
Fashioned.
Apple.
Jack Apple.
Jack Apple.
Jack Apple.
Oh, I'm dripping. Oh, don't drip the liquor. Do not drip
So
the
at one
liquor.
point, Michael Shepard said to me, "Oh, we're not doing any apple drinks." And then this week you went, "Let's do an apple drink."
I don't know why.
You changed the rules.
Why? But I put like ice in it, didn't I? Cheers. Jack Apple.
Jack Apple.
Jack Apple. Hi, Jack Apple. Mwah. Okay, here we go.
That's really yummy. I mean, that's really yummy.
That's stupid.
Where's your booze? Let's
Can
show
you
them
find
all.
the booze?
Let's show them all.
Can someone give us some booze?
This is the booze we used. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Apple.
Tennessee apple.
And we already poured
that apple's
quite a
too
lot.
big.
The apple's too big for the glass.
But it's good. It's a good dipping apple.
When you bought that today, were you like, "Oh, this is going to be good," or you're like, "Well, let's give it a shot"?
That's a good dipping apple.
It's a good.
I had to break it in half. Hey, everybody, we're back.
Are we talking about anything yet?
We ain't talked about nothing yet, except that. Damn, I look good.
You do? Did you put makeup on?
No, I couldn't find my makeup brush.
To everyone.
Look
I
at
couldn't
that.
find my makeup brush.
So we're home. We were gone for almost 2 weeks.
We were abroad.
I've always been abroad.
Hmm.
We were in Lisbon and Marrakesh,
And we're gonna
which is in Morocco, which is in northern Africa.
Which,
Hi.
Are you gonna interrupt me one more time? We're gonna.
So when we were
You have to let me talk.
talk, bitch.
We're gonna show pictures of those later in the show.
Later,
As-
we're gonna
as
show
they
some
say.
pictures.
Later
But
in the show.
it feels good to be back. We had such a great time. We had lots of adventures.
Exciting.
For those of you who have been married for 25 years or more, we had adventures.
I don't think doing it. You know, you blinked both your eyes that time.
Did I really?
Yeah. It was funny. Oh, nice. You look like Tammy Faye.
I need big. I'm going to start wearing lashes. That's it.
I think that's all there is
I
to
know.
it. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
So, a lot of things happened while we were away. A lot of things. We're going to talk about a little bit of some of the stuff that happened.
Let's just get business out of the way.
All right, let's get the business out of the way. Our fair use. Excerpts of copyrighted material may under certain circumstances. I just started drinking. Under certain circumstances may be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder. Hello. Done and done.
So
all right. So a couple things.
We're just like literally
things
stepping all
happened.
over each other. We're not doing everything. We're gonna jump right in with one thing. I'm jumping right in.
All right.
Since I put the show together, you have to sort of.
He did. He put the show together.
Have to be at my. So, a friend of ours, actually, I mean, more a friend of yours than mine, Leslie Jordan, passed away while we were overseas. We were in Portugal, right?
Yes, we were in Portugal.
Kind of getting on the plane to Morocco, as I recall. And that was very sad.
And for those of you who knew Leslie Jordan was an actor here in Los Angeles, California. And he was mostly well known for a couple of things. One, for his role as Beverly Leslie on Will and Grace.
Which he won an Emmy for.
Yes.
And
also for his beautiful, wonderful videos on Instagram that got us through the pandemic.
Yes.
And
did you watch those?
Oh yeah,
because I only
you
saw.
couldn't help but watch
I
them.
only saw. Well, you know me, I'm not on Insta, but I did kind of backlog a couple before this episode.
And I had the amazing pleasure of working with Leslie several times. I did his musical. He wrote
was
a
his
musical.
about?
Growing up in the South, in the church.
In Tennessee.
And I got to do that he wrote, and he performed in benefits that I produced. His show, Fruit Fly, I produced it, my own theater company. It was, we have a very long.
I have to say, Fruit Fly is the one that we saw, right?
No, we saw on the pink carpet.
On the pink carpet.
Yeah, we saw that.
I remember there were moments during that thing. He was doing one of the stable people, like this woman who ran the ranch or something. And every time he did that character, I would just cry with laughter. That man.
He is one of the most gifted, funny men
ever.
And he will be missed by so many. So many.
I have a clip from his last interview, which I thought was lovely. So Leslie Jordan on CBS.
My very first job, completely sober, after I got clean and was Caroline in the City with Leah Thompson.
Yeah.
And I got a 5-episode arc. And I said to my sponsor at the time, my spiritual advisor, I've never really worked. He said, listen, here's the way you approach it. This is the way you approach it. You want to be of loving service. And I said, oh, that's such, new age. What am I going to do, going and pass out flowers to people? He said, no. You're of loving service to the director. It's his vision.
Yeah.
It's not your vision. You're there to serve the director's vision. You can certainly bring what you bring to the table, but you're there also to be of loving service to the producers.
Yeah.
That means you're on time. You know your lines. You don't make waves. You have to be of loving service to your fellow actors, which means you don't steal the scene.
Yeah.
Me? And I went to work to be a worker among workers and to just be of service to the project. And I started working solid.
That is a lesson.
It is a lesson.
That's a lesson. For those of you who are in the business of acting or doing anything, to be of service. And you don't have to be in recovery to do that. You can just be of service.
I just thought that was such an amazing gift that he gave in his last interview. This thing about be a team player. Serve the whole endeavor. Don't just think about what you can do to be funny or how you can walk off with all the accolades. Be a team player.
Which is hard for some of us. It's hard. It's hard because you grow up in that philosophy of like, you're not going to take that light because I'm going to jump right in it. But listen to that. It's like, creating the whole, not the individual. And I love that story. And I just want to say thank you, Leslie, for everything. I also lost someone in my family as we were leaving. My cousin.
I didn't get a picture of Rhonda.
My cousin will do a thing next week. My cousin Rhonda Patterson passed away from cancer. I would love to have put a picture. She was a remarkable spirit, a beautiful human being, and if you've met her from our house at our parties when she moved here, she was always in the parties, always,
she was in the mix. She was absolutely in the mix. And she got us to do the Alzheimer's walk.
We did the Alzheimer's walk,
because of her.
And we would have done this year. We were gone. So it was like, but I want to just say, pour a little bit out for those of us who were here, sister girl. We will miss you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing that. Thank you.
All right.
We're going on to Bits and Bobs. I don't know what
stupidest thing. That is the stupidest thing. Why is that so damn
First
stupid?
image.
Yes, Queen!
First image.
I don't care who's wrong or right. I don't really want to cry no more. I don't know why that's the song that came into my head. To let it go. Oh, honey, Tina Turner. And guess what? Y'all know me. I collect dolls.
Well, are you going to say, you have to start at the beginning of the story. You'd explain what that picture is, or do you would like me
That is the Tina Turner Barbie doll.
There we go. Now
that is Tina Turner Barbie doll.
Has given us a Tina Turner Barbie doll.
We have Tina, and you know what? A bitch went right online to buy it. You know they were sold out. They said there might be more around Christmas. Boom. Sold out.
$55 for that Tina Turner.
I was going to own that.
You were going to do it?
That was mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What? Show the Tina Turner down one more time, please.
We have to.
Miss Tina, look at that. You must understand, you're the touch of your hand, cause my pulse react. When I went to go see, I saw her in concert in Chicago hundreds of years ago.
Say, you and I
We've
seen
seen her
like
twice.
Yeah.
But the first time I saw her in concert, I was in love with a boy who worked at this bar called Sidetrack in Chicago. And I was so in love with him, and he paid me no mind. I hope he's watching.
Is that why you were in love with him?
I probably. And he would, and so I said, someone said, here are 2 tickets to see Tina Turner. And it was this guy's birthday. And I was like, do you want to go see Tina Turner? He was like, of course I want to go see Tina Turner. And so I said, okay. It was his birthday, so I bought him flowers. I got a limousine to the Rosemont Horizon.
That costs a pretty penny.
It cost a lot. But I had a friend who ran a limousine company, so it wasn't as much as he thought. I took that boy to that damn concert. We were like 5th row center. I still have tickets. Pictures from this concert. 5th row center, the hot saxophone player she had with the muscles and the tank tees. Honey, he sat there and loved the show. We got back in the limousine. We got back to his place. He said, thank you.
He wasn't interested, Michael. Blink, blink. He wasn't interested. I don't know what to say.
He said, thank you. I said, happy birthday. He said, thank you.
I don't know how to help you with this one. It sounds like you're not over it.
I'm over it. I'm severely over it. Thank you.
So before we went to our trip, you showed me this next video. And I had no idea that this person could do what this person does. So Laverne Cox, who many of you know, Orange is the New Black, and also has a Barbie named for her. And in this clip, you'll see Laverne's Barbie kind of behind her. But Laverne does something. I'm just going to play the video. I was blown away by this.
I want to say who Laverne Cox is. Laverne Cox is a trans actress.
Yes.
Or as I like to say, an actress.
Yes.
And who has appeared in Orange is the New Black and has been on several series and some movies and is amazingly talented. But this is something that I watched. I was like,
I
wait,
didn't
what?
know.
It was crazy.
So
here
let us know what you think.
Do you know Nessun Dorma? Oh, I don't. What key would I do it in? No, I do it at karaoke. It's really not my fuck. F-A-C-H. Google it. Fuck. Nessun Dorma. Nessun Dorma. Tu pure principessa nella tua fredda stanza. Godi le stelle che tremano alla luce di speranza.
Did not know she could do that.
She ate it. That bitch ate it. Folks all over the world were like, ate it. She ate it. Ate it.
Is that all you got?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That was crazy.
It was very nuts.
I love it. Can we say hi to some people real fast?
Yeah,
While we
absolutely.
go back up here. Who's here with us tonight?
I see a lot of good people.
Steve Whitten. I always enjoy seeing Steve Whitten and I went to college together. Thank you. We're all back home. Stephanie Gary. Our friend Stephanie, who's one of the moms in my life, Stephanie, when we were in Lisbon, said, text me, I got friends in Lisbon. Go see them. And we went to go see them.
We had a really good time.
Had a lovely evening with these people, and we're planning on going on vacation with them. It's a delightful time.
There we go.
It's wonderful. Who else do we have? Hey, Aaron, Lizzie, John Lawrence Rivera. Hi. Jennifer Lee Ward. Always
Actually, we got to give a shout out to John Lawrence Rivera because some of this trip was kind of because of him. Am I wrong in saying this?
No, because John Lawrence Rivera, our friend John Lawrence Rivera, who is an amazing artistic director, and chef de cuisine, says, always goes on these trips. I say, how do you get to go on these trips? And he goes, Expedia. So we looked at Expedia and was like,
because
do this.
because it's tying the Expedia flight with the Expedia hotel, and that was the key. And we were looking at flights separate from hotels, and that of course gets so much more expensive. And we got you'll see pictures of the Riyadh we stayed at in Marrakesh. Expedia, it was an amazing hotel,
cheap.
And then the hotel we stayed at in Lisbon, Expedia once again. Anyway, we had
Jason Kennedy is
we had
here.
a lot of success with our Expedia.
Hey, Bernard Cannon. Hey, Zelma.
As a matter of fact, Expedia should be giving us money because we've said it now 5 times.
I know.
10
Hey, Kathy
times.
Walker. Oh, I got to talk. So Tracy Woods is here. Tracy Woods was a very close friend of mine from grade school through high school. Hey, Tracy Woods. How you
Tracy
doing?
Woods is here?
Yes.
Tracy, thank you for stopping by.
It's so great.
Did you like him as a
And
kid,
David
or
C.
did
Nichols.
you endure him as a
David
kid?
C. Nichols.
Just wondering.
Zelma. All right, okay. Announce yourselves as y'all here. All right, so we're gonna talk about something else for a hot second here.
Do you know what?
What happened?
I don't know. So, evidently, Liza got on the Twitters or something. I can't remember if it was Twitter.
Liza on the Twitters?
Liza got on.
Hey, Dion.
There's this meme. I'll show
Hey,
you
Steven.
the meme. This is meme about beards. Did you hear about this?
Wait, Liza Minnelli sent out a meme about beards.
No, well, she commented on a meme about beards that was put out. Ready?
This
Now
is
we
not-
have to determine whether we
This is
think
not
this
going
is
to go
true.
well.
This is the meme.
Liza
A man's
Minnelli-
guide to type of beards, and they're the beards. And Liza Minnelli
Ah!
said,
Ah!
"Glad to be of service." Supposedly,
How
So-
did I not see that?
allegedly, Liza Minnelli. If this is truly her,
Well, she's
account,
got the check, so
She has the check. Yeah.
Mm. For those of you, hey, Benet.
Oh, so it's time to talk about the check. You
So,
gonna
hold on,
talk
hold on.
about it?
Hold on.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what a
Oh.
beard is.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
So, and why it's so important that Liza Minnelli did this is that a beard is a woman who serves as cover for a down low or a closeted gay man.
Could it
Hey,
be
Taryn.
Could it be a man being a beard for a gay woman?
Well, I was a beard for a gay woman for a while.
you even
I know.
Can't you even say who or no?
I don't think I can say who.
Because the woman is out now, but
The woman is out
You did go
now,
on red carpets,
But
with this
I
woman.
did the red carpet for a pretty big celebrity. Pretty big Emmy Award-winning celebrity.
Yes.
And I was their beard
People
when we
are
first got to
right
LA.
now sitting on. They're like, who? If you guess, we might tell you.
And you have to put in the thing, if you guess.
If you guess,
But
Emmy Award-winning actress who is now out. Go.
there you go.
And Michael
Oh,
Shannon.
but
You
they
did.
said-
You went on many
There
red
was
carpet events.
Many
with
red carpet
this
events,
woman.
as well as there was an article in the National Enquirer that said, "Look at such and such with
A tall black man.
it's a tall black man
handsome
or something."
black
You
man.
know, she's appeared on the red carpet with a large black man. It didn't say that, but something of that
It
nature.
was. I wish we.
But
had
it was
that.
like,
It's a great.
I have it somewhere. No, hey Patty, no, Patty, it wasn't Ellen.
It was not
No,
Ellen. Ellen's a bit on the nose, wouldn't you
Yeah.
think? But yes.
But anyway, all right.
So anyway, so that leads us to.
I
so,
love
okay.
that she tweeted that.
So the
I
fact
love
that there is a check, you mentioned the check. Do you want to talk
Mhm.
about what the check means? In
Well, for those of you who are on the Twitter,
Tweetville,
still,
still.
Elon
And-
Musk.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk.
Let's all bow
is,
down.
Elon Musk has bought Twitter for $44 million.
$44 million.
44 billion. Sorry,
Billion.
44 billion. $44 billion, and has turned it. Hey, Tamara, has turned it into a cesspool of misogyny and racism and homophobia and transphobia. It's delightful there. It's a great-
inclusive, isn't it?
It's a great place to
inclusive
be now.
of all these Yes.
When the first day he took it over, the N word,
the N word
was
made a
500%
appearance on Twitter.
500%.
Whereas before you'd be kicked off or
If you
you put
go
in
on-
the timeout or whatever they did on Twitter. Now it's like encouraged. And you can, type in the N word and
50
all of
times in a row.
Bam, 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 bam,
50
bam, bam.
times in a row.
People are just saying it just to say it. Or
Because
type
that's
it.
what white people want.
It's
That's what a certain percentage of white people
some
want.
white people evidently get off on.
Get off on doing that. And there's a certain percentage of black people who are coons who say, "Oh, do it, please. It doesn't hurt me."
Well, we've certainly, when we were overseas, Kanye came in the news more and more because
Yeah.
of that stuff.
That's
very
one of the things
thing.
when we were there, when we would meet expats and talk to them, they were like,
What is happening in our country?
"What is going on?" That's why we left.
What is going on in our country?
I'm not saying we're buying a place, but
So
I'm not saying we've looked at
I'm gonna move on, okay?
Because I can't talk about it right now.
So you talked about Elon Musk.
Yes.
I am now going to talk about Valerie Bertinelli. One might think those two names do not connect. However, on Twitter, Valerie Bertinelli has changed her name.
I have to finish it.
No, I got to finish. Wait, what are you saying?
Because I didn't talk about the check.
Oh well, so listen. You'll do back end. You'll do the bookend on the end. Here we go. Ready?
I'm gonna do the back end.
You will, because I'll show you something that then we'll feed right in.
All right. Okay. The back
So
end
Valerie Bertinelli decided to be a little political, and now on Twitter, as opposed to being known as Valerie Bertinelli on Twitter,
or Wolfie's mom at Wolfie's mom,
she's known as Elon Musk. But look at all of the hashtags that Elon Musk is putting out: Vote Beto, Vote Beto Save Texas, Vote Blue to Protect Women, Vote Blue for Democracy. And so she's putting as Elon Musk, and she still has the check mark. This is an interesting thing.
Because you can buy a check mark now.
You can buy a check mark. Okay, now talk about buy. I just thought that was an awesome way to sort of, reappropriate.
So she's been doing all this stuff because you can buy your own check mark now. It used to be there was a team, but after he laid off 7,500 people, there's no team. There's no one watching. There's only wolves at the chicken cages now. There's no one watching.
So you can
anything.
buy a
So
check.
for $8 a month, you can buy a blue check. It doesn't verify who you are. The thing about the blue check is the blue check said it verified you as a celebrity, or it verified you as
made you an influencer.
As an influence. It verified you.
The check was something that many people saw.
Doesn't matter.
Now it doesn't
you can just have a check.
You can have a check.
So she does this all day. And I guess he missed it. Because now what he has done.
What's he done?
All of a sudden he's saying anybody who is using a blue check and impersonating as someone famous will be kicked off of Twitter. So now he's kicking off people off Twitter, or banning their accounts, or whatever he's doing, suspending their accounts. Kathy Griffin, he just banned Kathy Griffin.
Stephen King's an interesting one because he's not going to buy the check. But Stephen King goes, I'm money for Twitter.
Yeah.
People follow me. I am if you don't realize that I'm a cash cow for you by being on Twitter, you're ridiculous. And so he's kind of basically putting the screws to Elon Musk to almost, kick him off. We'll see. Because does money talk or does
hatred speak?
Hatred speak.
Hatred. I'm going with hatred. Because hatred is usually tied with money. And one of the things, like the biggest trending thing today, an hour before we came on, was Kanye West.
Yet again.
And
I believe it's Ye.
And Kyrie, what's his name? The basketball player.
He was just in my crossword puzzle.
I can't remember his name, because they are very much anti-Semitic, and all this anti-Semitism going on. Let me just speak, y'all. Listen. There was many, many, many years ago in Chicago, there was an exhibit called Bridges and Boundaries, the relationships between Blacks and Jews. And I went to go see this exhibit, and it was eye-opening. Because at the time I was living with my bestie, Jamie Pacino, and who's Jewish, and I'm Black, and we would celebrate all the Jewish holidays and all the Black holiday.
Which one? Juneteenth? Kwanzaa? What was it?
We didn't have any of those back then. We had Martin Luther King's birthday.
Oh, Martin Luther King's birthday.
And we also had Kwanzaa. But, Kyrie Irving.
You had to have done Kwanzaa with Jim.
We did Kwanzaa a couple times. But we would celebrate this, and we would bring people over, and we would talk about our, all this stuff that connected us and brought us together. And to sort of see what's happening right now, both within the Black community and within the Jewish community, it's just like
Kyrie Irving.
Yes, Kyrie Irving.
And
it's like it is so disheartening. Yeah,
Jennifer Warren.
It's so unbelievable to me, and that the fact that there's I have a lot of feelings around a lot of stuff, particularly and I want to bring somebody on maybe next week who we can talk to, who's like a Jewish scholar who we can talk to and find out what a Black scholar and a Jewish scholar to talk about the fact that, hey, Max, that Black people have experienced a lot of what Jewish people experience, but we're still doing this. Or this group is being recognized for their pain and suffering while this group is being told to get over it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I need to start having this conversation so that I need some clarity. I need to be just, because this is painful to me. It's painful, It's like, So we're going to find some folks to come on. We're going to talk about this. We're going to get in deep about this because it's ridiculous. Anyway, keep going.
Well, this is an image. You got to comment on the image. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Megans.
Ugh.
There we go.
Oh!
Look at her snotty attitude. Granted, I think this is a very anti-Megyn Kelly thing I got it from, but she looks so snippy. Anyway, Megyn Kelly and Meghan Markle. This is yours.
The princess.
Princess.
And the P. I just did that.
That was good. Come on, lift it.
Give me some.
Lift it. Princess
There we
and the
go.
P. Here, well, actually, this is kind of, if I were to do this, it's the P and the princess, but there you go. Okay, continue.
Or the P braid of the princess. One
oh,
or the
oh,
other.
you're just-
Hello.
you're
Come
just-
on now. Come on now. Here we go. So, anyway, this stank ass,
The P.
Megyn Kelly, the
Megyn
P,
Kelly.
has.
She's been anti-Meghan Markle for I don't know how long. And anytime Meghan Markle does something, she goes, oh. And she does. She goes off.
She goes off.
And it's very peculiar, and it doesn't really seem to resonate in anything that is grounded. It's not like, I didn't like X, Y, and Z because of a belief of their. It's nothing like that. It always seems to be random and anyway, continue.
May I explain
Do the
it?
thing. Yeah.
So here's what happened.
This
is what happened.
Get close.
So a black girl got a prince.
Oh, true.
All these white women have watched these hot little boys grow up
Mhm.
into these sexy men. Well, one's a really sexy man. The other one's just, basic white boy with money. And
Basic?
he is basic as hell.
Basic.
He's basic as hell.
I would say doughy at the very least.
No, he's not doughy. He's not doughy. He's just basic. And so, but he's basic with money, which makes him important for whatever reason. So there's this hot little redhead who finds this little black girl. And I know she's biracial. No, she's black. Because America looks at her as a black girl. We look at her as a black girl. She's a black girl.
I think she's pretty.
She's a pretty black girl.
I think she's pretty. I'm just
yeah.
saying that out loud.
And so all
When
of a
I
sudden,
was watching Suits, continue.
when I was watching that show where she held a suitcase with the money.
No, Suits has nothing to do with that. She was very awesome on. I like that show. Continue.
Okay. So when she got the prince and all these white women,
They didn't like
yes.
They did not like it. And if we could also,
I'm sorry, not all white women, a huge majority of white women.
and one white man named Piers Morgan did not like the fact that Meghan
and
Markle.
Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson was mad
But
too.
Tucker Carlson never dated Meghan Markle. Piers
Anyway,
Morgan at least had
all right.
that one
So
sit
all of a sudden
down
they're
and-
mad. So nobody can stand this black girl because black women, who are the most berated of anyone in the world, black women are. They are treated worse than anyone in this world, hands down. You cannot change my mind on this, and it's a damn shame. And the fact that this happened to a black girl, she gets that, of course, people mad. A majority of white women are very, very mad about this,
Read Bernard's
and which is
thing.
why they keep going for her.
Read Bernard saying.
The princess and the PP. Could be the poo-poo because she ain't shit.
Oh, we haven't gotten to the point. So Meghan Markle has said in some interview, she was just talking about family matters. Oh, fixing breakfast. Oh, I love having the family together. Oh, whatever. Whole thing. And she said, my husband, in referring to Harry. Just, why shouldn't
Because
she?
it's her husband.
Because they married. And Megyn Kelly, was like, how
How dare
dare she? He's a prince of the realm. Why would he say
That's why her approval
Whoa.
rating in London is at 20%. Bitch, do you think we care about her approval rating in London? Because the bitch is here up here in California.
So she can't, according to Megyn Kelly, she cannot refer to her own husband as her husband. This is what I'm hearing.
That's why they hate her.
C'est ridicule.
Okay. Mm.
Incroyable.
So guess what, Megan?
We're moving on.
Markle.
We're moving on.
You can just, there's a whole bunch of black asses out there who are waiting for you to kiss. I will leave it at that. You need to go on out there and kiss them. Ba-boom. By the way, can I talk about my shirt for a second? I got this in Lisbon at a bear bar. I know you can't tell. It's called Bar 3, but it's made like a bear. It's really cute. And they're to get on their Wi-Fi, Their Wi-Fi was the best thing. This huge sign that lit up and said, our Wi-Fi password is, you're a bottom.
Which maybe we're all bottoms, really.
It said you're a bottom.
We're all
And I
bottoms.
was like,
and we should accept that about all of us. We're
ain't
all
nothing wrong with
bottoms.
being a bottom.
There's nothing wrong.
Because apparently
So-
in Portugal, there's only bottoms and very few tops.
Why do we know this? So anyway, today
Mm-hmm.
we sat around this very kitchen table right here, you, Sebastian, and I, and
Yes.
we voted.
And for those who know, Sebastian was home for the weekend from his job up at the California Conservation Corps.
And we sat here and voted, and we went down our list, and we looked at it twice, and we were considerate of all of the nominees, and we did our research, and we had other people handing us nominees.
The nominees for
So I
Circuit Court Judge are
Smitty McSmittenstein. And so Cheryl Lee Ralph, who we happen to pretty much adore over here in Shea Foster Shepherd land.
and I've also,
Stop.
Can I tell the story?
We all know.
Okay.
We all know. You've worked with her. You did that already, like 2
Did I?
episodes ago. Yes, you did. Because we had Cheryl Lee.
because I worked for her.
Because
worked with
because we did the Emmy speech.
Oh, that's right. We did the Emmy speech.
So this is her talking to all of us in a very positive way about, I don't know.
It's
maybe,
a little long, but stick with it.
Stick with it. She's awesome.
So December 20th, 1981, I made my Broadway debut, but in the midst of that amazing time in my life came the worst, and that was when my friends just started dropping dead. Good people, kind people, people of all religions, faiths, and beliefs took comfort in pointing fingers, saying they, them, those, all of you. That's what you get. That's what you deserve. When you stand and see how easy it is in the home of the free, the land of the brave, to have your humanity taken away from you. Don't be so sure of yourself that you sit out an election. Don't be so sure of yourself that you think everything's gonna be okay. Don't be so sure of yourself, because 40 years ago America stood up, rised up, and had to show gay people how much they hated you. Just because you have rights today does not mean that you will have rights tomorrow. Don't sit there in your privilege. Don't sit there looking so good, thinking that you think the fight is over. The fight has just begun. I love you just the way you are, because God does not make mistakes, and you are perfect.
Come on. Come on. Vote. 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 We did it. We
did
got
it.
and Sebastian has a very hard time with all of it. It's learning, it's difficult, and we sat down here with our kid and we made sure that he understood what we were talking about. And it was interesting when we got to the proposition in California that dealt with the rights, abortion rights. Sebastian, oh yeah, no, we're going to definitely make sure that that's he was on it. I was kind of impressed with
We
that
might be doing a
moment.
little something good.
We might maybe something good. This particular tweet came in from the No Hate campaign. I thought this was awesome. Breaking news for the first time in history: our out LGBTQ plus Americans will be on the ballot in all 50 states. Once again, on the ballot in all 50 states. I thought that was tremendous, amazing. Let's vote for whoever. Let's get them in power. And Daddy made more drinks
I did.
because
Because this Apple thing is good. It's good. And yes, David Lamar, we have added videos to how long has it been since
how
you've
much
been
time
here?
we've had
Half
videos? Okay, David Lamar.
David
Lamar.
We've been here for a minute.
We've done videos for a half second. This next video, speaking of videos, so every now and we like doing the stars, we like doing the Cheryl Lee Ralphs, we like doing that stuff, but every now and then we have to give credit to a hometown person because they are fighting the fight.
Your everyday people who are making change, creating change.
This is a woman named
Andy.
We're going to have to give some backstory here
Hey,
because otherwise I think the clip kind of doesn't make sense. This is a woman named Jessie Graham. She's a Tennessee mom from Murray County, Tennessee. Murray. Or it might be Maury County. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. But in June this last year, they did an LGBTQ section in the library in one of the cities in Maury County. And it sparked controversy. There was book banning, talk about freedom of speech, all of this stuff. And this guy, it's interesting, this name, because we know an Aaron Miller, but a different Aaron Miller.
I know.
A different Aaron Miller entirely came in, and he is now the county commissioner. And he basically bullied the library director, whose name was Zachary Fox, who actually runs
the drag brunch.
The drag brunch.
Yeah.
But basically bullied him to leave his position. And he wants to have control of the library, and he wants to, basically ban books and not have any LGBTQ plus imagery or energy there. And so this mom, and this is like, maybe a month or two later, this mom, once again, named Jessie Graham, gets up and she makes a speech. I'm not going to say anything else. She does all the work. Listen.
These people have been with us this entire time, and we have never had a problem with it. Mm-hmm. They have never done any of the vile and disgusting things that man and his weird cronies have leaked out of their mouth.
Period.
I've never been sexually assaulted at a drag show, but I have been in church. And I am so sick of listening to this weird, fake, pious crap about Christianity being the reason behind we have to protect the kids. Jesus didn't go anywhere and condemn people. He did not ever walk into any place and spew hatred and lies and completely annihilate a group of human beings who just want to exist. Any of my 4 children that I also grew inside my womb, in case Pious Pippi's here, if any of them are part of this community, they will be...
Lucky was the word. I evidently cut it a bit short. I apologize.
She said pious pippies.
She said...
If any of these pious pippies...
No, she had to say out of my womb, and she goes, oh, it's going to bother people. Because, this is what is happening in many of these states. You have these people that have to fight.
To exist.
And this woman, her kids are like, 11 to 2 or something, like her 4 children. None of them are necessarily leaning in the direction of homosexuality, but she's out there talking the talk. And we had to put her in the show.
The fact that there's a fight right now against drag queens.
Well, that's such a bogus fight, and we all know it's a bogus. We started talking about this about 3 years ago.
They're bombing bakeries who are having drag brunches.
Yes,
they are trying to change laws against drag queens. Well, is just where are we? What is happening?
We did that one thing about the drag brunch. I forget which state it was in or city it was in, but there
Florida.
were people with arms, like guns, outside to protect the people, so they could go into the drag queen brunch. So that none of the other yahoos would get them. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
So look, when we ask you to vote, we're not asking only you to vote. We're asking you to talk to your friends who don't vote. I'm in contact with my family because I have family members who don't vote, and I am in Georgia. I've been on them. I've been on to all sorts of family folk because you have to vote. You have to do the research. You have to vote because my Black queer life depends on it. Because you don't understand, if these mother flipping people get into office, what you see right here, they're going to try to dissolve it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be done. It's going to be up for a vote. County to county or whatever it is, it's going to be gone. The fact that, I'm not worried about our children because our children are old enough. But queer adoption, done. So all these hundreds of thousands of children.
But I'm worried about our second child who's non-binary, possibly moving towards trans, and all of a sudden, what are the rights that they will have?
Yeah, so vote. Get people, talk to people. Just here in LA, please vote for Miss Bass. Please vote for Miss Bass, because if Mr. Caruso gets in, it's another Trump situation. It's just like, it's horrible out there. It is absolutely horrible. And I am scared. Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm scared because we're moving to Portugal.
Speaking of Portugal, that was a good segue.
It was, wasn't it? I didn't realize I did that, but I did that.
I'm going to show you a picture. So we're going to do our picks, our vacation picks in the order in which we did the vacation.
So this is like that moment, like when your auntie asks you to come over and they show you the pictures from their vacation.
I kept this very... No, there's no wallet where it comes down and you got to watch all of them. Here we go. I kind of bundled them. So here we go. These were just random photographs in Lisbon.
Just pictures. That's just what it was.
So the first arcade, it was raining tremendously and we had to sit down and drink. Not a lie.
Every time it rained, we drank.
We sat down and drank. The second picture I just thought was pretty. I don't know. The third one is of that cathedral, which I didn't write the name of the cathedral down. Which
my gosh.
That was like the first thing we went to. And
we had
it was
just landed.
So bizarre because the ceiling's out and it was just kind of magical, I have to say. That was our first day. That was our very first day.
Yeah, that was our first day.
So this one I was a bit better. I kind of wrote down what these things are. So this is Belém Tower and the monument to the Discoveries. And the weird thing about Lisbon, and I did not know this, they have their own Golden Gate Bridge. Who knew? They even told us that, oh no, that's modeled after the Golden, and you can see it right there. That looks like San Francisco. Yeah. And it does have an energy. It's very similar to San Francisco. The Belém Tower, the very first picture, I thought was one of the most spectacular. Michael and I took so many photographs around.
We drank there too.
We did. We had
pina coladas and green wine.
Oh my God, we had pina coladas.
And then there's something that my husband decided to do.
Because how did you know? You're looking ahead.
Because my husband... I'm taking pictures of all the beauty and da-da-da-da-da. My husband goes, well, this is interesting. I'm going to do a sequence on this.
The Portuguese make a lot of tiles. So this is my little rendition of Portuguese tiles. But that's not bad looking, is it? I mean, it's busy.
No.
It's very busy.
It's a lot of tiles.
But it's kind of fun, all the different types of tiles that they make. It was very pretty. And, you go around the city and sometimes it would just be on the regular buildings and sometimes it would be in the monuments. It was just sort of fascinating.
Tiles.
Everywhere. So that's Lisbon for us.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thing to add about Lisbon? Great food, by the way.
The food is great.
Do you like seafood? Great seafood. We drank wine. You and I are not big wine drinkers. We drank so much wine.
So much
very
wine.
Affordable. Wine is very affordable. Yeah.
So good. And then we went to Évora.
Évora has the Chapel of Bones.
We're just going to leave it at that. It's only made of human skulls and bones. Everything is human skulls and bones.
It's the weirdest room and the thing is, people would go, oh, I want my skull to be in there. And they would donate. When I die, please take my skull and put it in the chapel. And so all of these, I mean, it's just peculiar. But fascinating. We had one of the best meals in Évora, too.
We went to this taverna there, and it was like a 17-course meal, and it was like €50, and it was like every single thing you could ever eat in your life, and it was the best thing ever.
It was a good meal.
It was so good.
Let's see what else we got. The next thing is we went to Morocco, and so this is. This is the Bahia Palace. Just various pictures from there.
Lots of glass.
Lots of glass, lots of tile, lots of architecture.
Lots of me giving you booty on the side. Look at that, sticking out right there.
You're looking very cute there, by the way. You look very cute. And I have now, do you know what I have now?
Now what do you have?
Our video.
So.
Set it up.
So when we get to Morocco, we go to this place.
Well, first of all, we got to back up. This goes back to Expedia. And we go through...
John Lawrence Rivera's Expedia.
John Lawrence Rivera, this is all because of you. And we go through the Expedia listings and go, well, which of these places do we want to stay at? And we looked at all the pictures and looked at the ratings, and there's just one place called the Riyadh Noir d'Ivoire.
Riyadh Noir d'Ivoire.
So what is it? The black of ivory.
Ebony and
black.
ivory.
I know, ebony and
I
ivory.
would say ebony and ivory.
Well, that kind of works with us. So and the Riyadh, if someone asked me recently, what's a Riyadh? A Riyadh is sort of like a building that has a courtyard, so it's open. And so, do you like that? Oh, sort of like a hacienda, if you will. But there we are. That's what a Riyadh is. And so we have a video. Michael did a lot of videos. This is us swimming in our...
I don't swim, by the way.
Michael does not swim. This is us swimming in our underwear at late at night at the Riyadh
2 o'clock in the morning.
d'Ivoire. Oh, you'll hear this. We had an argument.
Well, hello.
Hello. Where are we? Who's that?
It's no one.
We're at the Riyadh.
The Riyadh, blah, 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 blah. This is our trip of a lifetime to celebrate our 25 years together.
It's 2 a.m. and we're in a pool.
It's 1:45 a.m.
I don't see how that really...
It's 2 a.m. We're
Okay.
in the pool.
He corrected me in public.
Ain't nobody there but somebody who's like watching us in the pool.
Why, by me saying it's 2 a.m., does he need to go? Actually, it's only 1:45. Why does, I mean, who cares? It's not, I don't even know if that was the correct answer. You just had to, I had to say something.
So the owner of this Riyadh, his name is Stephen Pitts.
Stephen Pitts. Shout out to Stephen Pitts.
If you ever want to go, we have all his information. He's one of our besties. He fed us so much liquor. It was the best place to stay.
He would buy us
He was
many
just
drinks.
dreaming.
He kept saying, stay up later. I'll buy you drinks.
And I would.
Being Boozing with Gays,
we drank.
I think we actually suffered seeing the sights of Marrakesh because of Stephen Pitts.
Pretty
Because
much.
he kept us up late drinking.
Pretty much.
But we had a
So-
really good time. It was, as you can see, it was a gorgeous, gorgeous Riyadh. And it was very, he decorated it to the nines. I mean, that guy has the best furniture and the best this and that. I mean, everything is just on point. And we got it through freaking Expedia. I still don't know how that happened. .com.
Anyway, so those are some highlights. Do we have one picture of, I want to see the palace.
No, well, here
The
we go.
Pina Palace.
So then we we flew back to
Lisbon.
Portugal, and we drove up. And this is the Batalha Monastery. But we have, I mean, this monastery has to be shown. This place was unreal.
Oh, look at that picture of me. I never saw that.
You look good, right? This is
Unreal.
one of the most
Unreal.
Remember, that was the middle one is where they had this weird secret grotto that I think everyone missed, but it had the most ornate arches. It was insane. Batalha, Batalha Monastery, on the way to
Taryn, you and your husband should go.
on the way to
Go.
Porto. Then we get to Porto. I don't have no pictures of Porto. And this is where Michael and I think we're moving later on. We decided,
I don't think
okay,
there's a think.
we're going to get the kids
So-
grown. We're going to get them in their place in life. And we're going to expatriate to Porto. This is our thought.
So we met friends there who live there.
Yeah.
And they are convincing us to move there. So I've joined the Porto Facebook page. I've joined everyone's sending me information. We've been looking at houses and apartment buildings for sale.
just
and
kind of browsing
it's
because
like-
we still have
and it's
another year or
affordable
so.
as fuck.
It is
But we
affordable.
can't leave until Max has graduated from high school.
Yes, we have some.
So we have a year and
we
a
have to
year,
get our
year and a half.
kids. We have
a
to
year
get
and a half.
Sebastian settled too, wherever
But-
after California Conservation Corps.
So I'm telling you right now, I don't, because if what
Are words
happens,
coming out?
it
I don't.
Apple.
Apple. So we came down from Porto, and our last day was spent in Sintra, Sintra, Sintra. And Sintra is actually very close to
And
Porto.
we're getting to the end.
We're getting to the end. It's very close to Lisbon. We needed to be closer. We get to the airport at 6 a.m. in the morning. But this is the Pina Palace, which is, look at that thing. It's on many lists as one of the most beautiful palaces, the top 10 or top whatever. And the architecture, the sculpture, it's just ornate and insane, and it has Moorish influences, it has European influences. It's just all over the place, and I love the bright colors. Honest to God. And the guy in the middle, look at the guy in the middle. It's like Neptune or someone just being pissed off because you're walking under his archway. That
We're moving.
was amazing. And this is the last group of things. So we can't even say this because whenever we asked a Portuguese person to say it, their accent got almost,
Quinta de
oh, God.
So by the way, LADCC. No, that's the awards. Sorry, David C. Nichols, that's the awards. LACC, Los Angeles City College. they offer a class in Portuguese.
Well, let's go learn some Portuguese. So the Portuguese it's a very Slavic sounding languages. All the S's are SH, for example. So anyway, so this is the Quinta da Regaleira. That's how I would say it. But when you hear the Portuguese, it sounds nothing like what I just said. And this was they claim it's their Game of Thrones place. It was very misty. It was very rainy that day. The thing on the left is it's a well that was built by masons, and it's possibly 7 stories high. So you walk in this circular motion all the way down to the bottom of the well. And then the middle picture, you get to these caves, which we're posing there. It's just magical and peculiar and weird, and has many different puzzles and many different, people go there just to study, to go, oh my God, we're going to uncover, I don't know,
when he said that
mystery.
When he was like, oh, they're the, what'd you say?
Game of Thrones.
No, the Masons. We said, it's the Masons. Like, there's some shit hidden here.
Well, or
I'm like pushing. I'm pushing on stones.
Oh, I know.
I'm like knocking 3 times in places.
The sign at the bottom of the well was actually Knights Templar. So you get a bunch of different. I don't know. It's insane.
I was like,
and I wish I could show you even because it was so misty and rainy. We actually didn't get a lot of great pictures. But it's an amazing place to go visit, and it was magical, and it was a good last day in Europe.
Yeah.
And then we came home.
Pardon me while I confer with my husband for a second. Can we do this, this, and this? And that?
I don't know. Why do we have time elements?
That? It was good. But you worked really hard on that.
Let's just go through it.
Oh, let's go through it.
The first one I don't think is going to take a lot of time. So this is our friend Nataki Garrett. She directed a play at Celebration.
Coffee Will Make You Black.
Coffee Will Make You Black is a show that Michael Shepard, my husband, wrote. And Nataki Garrett, and this is many years ago, right, when that happened. And she has since become the artistic director of Oregon Shakespeare Festival. And being a Black woman in very white Oregon has difficult.
So what's happening is that they brought, because we went through this whole change over the 2 years where there were organizations that were primarily white who decided that they were going to, be inclusive. Like they should have been already, but they decided. So Nataki, who is so amazing, just one of the
crazy
most
talented,
artists,
yeah,
became the artistic director of this traditionally white space and white male space, and she's been receiving death threats. So when y'all say that theater is a sober-minded, wonderful, beautiful place, she's receiving death threats because of the inclusive work that she is doing there, and her pronouns are she, her, her. So.
And then I have to say this. She is the only artistic director of a theater company in the United States of America that has a security detail. This is how bad it's gotten.
Yeah.
Death threat.
Ashland, Oregon. We're looking at you, boo.
Which is 90% white. And of course, in Oregon, unfortunately, you do have
the largest, you have the largest, outside of the South, you have the largest congregation of KKK members.
And so
it is truly one of the towns where it's Oregon was one of the places where Black folks were not allowed. There were sundowning towns there that were just unbelievable. So Oregon is one of the most, everyone thinks Oregon is just like, we're in, Portland, we're in, all the other places in Seattle.
Seattle. That's not in Oregon. I'm confused.
Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington. Where am I going?
I don't know. Good question.
This Apple shit is crazy.
But your point is, put the cigarette out. Your point is that you wouldn't imagine in Oregon, very liberal Oregon, that there'd be this huge KKK thing, or that if someone was Black and they were running a company or a theater company or anything like that they would get death threats. But no, in Oregon that happens, and it has happened. And so, and she's been very out. There's an awesome interview on NPR. Yeah. So if you're interested, Nataki Garrett is her name.
Garrett Nataki. Go check it out.
We are going to zip to the Parkland shooter trial. I got to say, this whole thing has been... So I wasn't paying attention to this until I got back in the country. And one of the first things that kind of came across our radar was that, and there's no sound to this, by the way, there's this woman, Tamara Curtis, who is one of Nicholas Cruz. Nicholas Cruz is the man who shot a lot of the people at Marjorie school in Parkland, Florida. But this is a lawyer in a courtroom who evidently doesn't want to deal with the press And this is her response. Once again, there's no sound, but just watch what she does.
There is one with sound.
Why didn't get any sound?
They're laughing.
So not only is she doing that, but then she's laughing with the guy who's actually said he did that. He said he's pleaded guilty. I mean, good God. He's killed people. And you're like, hey, let me laugh with this guy who's going to, the whole thing is so disgusting. So that happened like this summer. I'm only giving context because this judge, her name is Elizabeth Scherer, and she's a Trump appointed judge, by the way. And she has dealt from I always get this confused, prosecution, defense, the defense. She's dealt with the defense table has done stuff like this all throughout. It's almost like they constantly are going after some sort of mistrial or some sort of, like they're going, oh, and now they've written this whole letter saying, oh, the judge is, is against us. And yet this entire trial, all they've done, and there are all these videos online you can find where they're just going at her, this judge, and they're talking to her. They're very mansplaining or whatever. It's very peculiar. Anyway, this is what happened this last week.
They all got awards in soccer.
This is what happened this last week when, anyway, I'll just show it because, well, there you are.
I don't remember any comments about any children. And if there was, it obviously didn't, it came and went without me noticing it.
Judge, I can assure you that if they were talking about your children, you would definitely notice it.
You need to sit down right now. You're out of line. In fact, you're excused. Mr. Weeks, please ask the lawyer from your office to go sit down and not say anything else. To try to threaten my children and bring up my children is inappropriate. Go to the back of the room now. That just violated about every rule of professional responsibility that I have never. If you're going to get up here and you're going to...
Judge, I asked you to go sidebar on this matter.
You, sidebar or not, you don't have one of your assistant public defenders say something about my children?
Judge, that same venom that the court is expressing is the same venom that defense counsel had to sit through.
Nobody knows if I'm barren or not. They don't know about my children.
Judge.
Sit down. Sit down.
Judge.
Sit down, Mr. Weeks.
Please do not summarily dismiss me.
I'm summarily dismissing
I'm asking
you.
the
Go
court.
sit down.
There really is a little bit of backstory. I should have said one thing. So the whole thing started because the judge allowed the victims' families to speak towards the guy who shot them, the kids. And some of the victims' families also spoke to the defense counsel saying, you know, what if your kids were shot? What if your children were the ones? And they took that in this culture of where we blame and go after people. They took that, the defense counsel, like, they're going to come after us by the fact that this one parent whose child is dead said something like, well, how would you feel about they're going to come after us. And the judge kept saying in other clips, that was a very small percentage where that happened. And if we should just leave it alone and let them do what they do, because basically you've been assholes. She did not say that.
No.
But she eventually goes, you've given us the finger, which they showed in the thing. You've laughed in court. You've done all of this stuff. What do you expect these parents of these dead children to do? What do you expect them to do except be angry at you because you are behaving horribly? And so because these parents are doing this, and the judge is like, look, let's just move forward. Let's just move forward. But the lawyers were determined to say, no, we want there to be something said that stops the energy so there isn't some sort of fallout and they're going to get harmed. They victimized themselves. These defense lawyers victimized themselves when these parents have no children anymore. It was absolutely like this weird page out of the Trump notebook. The whole thing was just insane. So that's where the judge came out talking in this way, saying, wait a minute, no, we're moving forward. She kept trying to move it forward, and like there's many more versions of this, and they kept on it, and they mansplained, and they did this, and they talked on top of her, and they wouldn't let her continue, and they were not deferential to a judge, and it was very weird. So she's been dealing with that this whole time, and anyway, it was heinous. Thoughts?
Privileged. They're privileged. They all won an award.
Oh, and then, they've all written letters now saying, well, she's against us. She discriminates against us because they've been assholes. And they're trying to get a mistrial because they've been horrible, and the judge doesn't like them because they've been horrible.
There's horrible people.
There's no honor. Where's the honor, Michael?
Do you have a video for that? We're going to skip that because...
No, we're doing it real quick. It's very quick. Why? You keep thinking that for some reason we're keeping people late. Let's just do it.
Oh.
So this is J.D. Vance. We all love him in Ohio. And he made a very weird statement. It's very short. Endure it.
And Tim Ryan is sort of the poster board for oligarchy. If you look at his views on green energy, really good for the people who fund his campaign, really bad for the people of Youngstown, Ohio. If you look at his views on, for example, flooding America with illegal aliens and then using American tax dollars to fund gender reassignment surgeries for those aliens, that's exactly what Tim Ryan has proposed doing.
So Tim Ryan told me that what he wants to do is he wants to open up the floodgates of this country, let immigrants in, and then he wants to make them trans. That's what he said to me. That's exactly right. J.D. Vance has it on the nose. Or does he?
Y'all vote.
Please vote.
Call
Otherwise,
your family members.
J.D. Vance in
Call your
Ohio
family members. Call your family members and try to convince them.
And I don't know. Do you think he's just like stirring the pot, or do you think he believes it?
He don't give a fuck about anything except being elected. They've already told us that Cooney McCoonerson, Herschel Walker, they just want him to be elected so they get control of the Senate.
That's all they care about.
That's all they care about. He is the worst
No
candidate.
one believes in him.
And if black folks are listening, you go, we all think that. No, nigga.
There's another black person they can vote for. Vote for Warnock.
No,
for God's sake.
Vote for Warnock.
Yeah.
Stop this bullshit.
Stop the bullshit.
Stop the bullshit. Someone said today that they felt bad because there's going to be black folks voting for him because they understand the way he speaks. And they understand the way he speaks is because they were not allowed education, because they weren't allowed access to books and to school, which is what they're trying to do again. Don't let that happen.
Oh, that was good. We're rounding out with something a little more pleasant. We think that everyone's Christmas tree should be decked.
If you celebrate Christmas.
If you don't, you might want this anyway. So I had this weird thought. Can I tell you my weird thought?
Tell me your weird thought.
Why the heck aren't there ornaments that depict Broadway, divas? Did you know about this? Do you know where I'm going at all?
No, I don't. But we have one. We have a couple. We have the La Caja full ornament.
Oh, we do have a La Caja.
And we have Kathy Rigby is Peter Pan.
Well, yeah, so I'm continuing with this.
Right.
So there's a gentleman named Glenn Hansen, and he works for the Christopher Radko Company. You know where I'm going.
Wait.
Yes.
I know Glenn Hansen.
Well, does he design ornaments?
Yes.
How do you know Glenn Hansen?
Because I'm gay.
Okay, I don't know where to go with that. And anyway, so these ornaments were designed exclusively for Broadway Cares. And I'm just going to throw up an image. This isn't a hard quiz.
Can I ask this?
This isn't a hard quiz.
If you put them up there,
yeah,
can I still buy them? Are they available to buy?
I honestly don't know.
Because I'd be mad. Because if I see something,
this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an image up, and this is for you.
Right.
You get to say as fast as you can who the character is.
Panda.
Exactly. Ready? So you can't look at my little things.
I don't even see your little things.
Okay, don't look at my little things. So here's the first one.
Carol Burnett in
oh God. It's so
and
sad.
They were happily ever after.
Once on this mattress.
Once upon a mattress.
Good. There are only 6 of these. Ready? Here's number 2.
Max.
I don't think
the camera over here. Max.
Do you think that looks like her at all?
Well, which one are we talking about?
Because
there's been 3.
They say it's Glenn Close.
No, I'm not going to.
I don't.
Because there's been 3. They're
say
saying
what it is.
Because I don't know why I'm frightened.
Are you going to say the musical name or no?
Sunset Boulevard.
I'm just waiting.
I know my way around here.
Ornament number 3. There's 6 of these.
Okay. Just be who you want to be. That's free. That would be Billy Porter in Kinky Boots.
I don't think it looks like Billy Porter whatsoever, by the way. But
well, it took me a second to go, wait, who is that? But
do you know? This is the hardest one. It could be anything. What's your guess? What diva could that possibly be? Just name
Celia, The Color Purple. No,
name the diva first.
Well, if they're going to do a black diva,
say it.
There's only one black diva
be right.
that these people
You're going to be right. I'm telling you.
But what show is it?
Just say the black diva.
I don't
just say the black diva.
Who is it?
It's Audra McDonald.
Of course, Audra McDonald.
Why weren't you saying that? It's at the Grill and Dime. What is?
Oh, at the Grill and Dime. Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill.
Yes, this Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. That is the hardest one. So
in their eyes.
Okay, we're moving forward.
Feelings over you with verse.
You'll know this in a second. Go.
You can't stop the avalanche as it races.
Well, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Tell the people.
I wasn't warmed up
tell
for
the
Harvey
people.
Fierstein in Hairspray.
And the last one, I think this is my favorite.
I want them all.
I know, even though I kind of like the Harvey Fierstein, but this is my favorite. And that's like perfect. And because she just passed away.
So that one sold first. That is our goddess. That is she just passed away. And this would be, tell us who it is.
Miss Angela Lansbury.
Miss Angela Lansbury in Maine.
In Maine.
Because talking about the man in the moon.
And I don't know how much. These are all like $60 to $70 because they are Christopher Redcoat ornaments. I'm guessing they're.
I want them.
And this is a tweet by Harvey. Here we go. I waited all my life. At last, I'm hung. Thank you, Harvey Fierstein, for making me laugh. By the way, when Michael and I met in Brooklyn at 117 Sterling Place, apartment 13, that was Harvey Fierstein's ex-apartment, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We lived in Harvey Fierstein. So one of these days, I want to meet Harvey Fierstein and say, I've lived in your place. I've lived in your britches, in your closets, in your kitchens.
I met him before, though.
Okay, now you have to say goodnight. Do your best goodnight.
Good night, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.
I do not know.
I don't even know the song. What is it? Is it good night? How does it go?
So long.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Is that right?
I hate to go and leave this pretty side. Papa, Jennifer Lee Warren, why is he singing white children music?
Okay, one more quick thing. So
one more quick thing.
There is this like Sam Smith song that I can't figure out the lyrics to, and someone needs to help me. It's like I keep hearing it because it's on TikTok, and it's like it goes like this, and I know these are not the words. It goes rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, gotta get out, gonna go get scrubbed. It's a rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. I don't know it.
Why can't you just go online and Google that?
I don't want to do it that way.
Say goodnight.
Good night, y'all. Hey, we'll be back next week. We missed you all. Mwah.
Oh, wait. I didn't get ready. I didn't do the thing. Here we go.
What's it?
That's what I do.
Boozing with gays.
Isn't it cute?
I am
so
cute.
My heart. Good night, everyone.
Peace.